Hi, and welcome to my channel. This is part 3 of a series that I have been doing about all the jobs that I have worked in my work history. And if you are interested in watching the third part, then hang tight. Hi, hello. If you are new, I have the other 2 parts of the series linked down below if you want to watch those. But if you are interested in agoraphobic material, or if you're interested in makeup material, or if you're interested in both, then please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and set your notifications to all so that you are updated every time I upload a video and become part of our small family here. And that's all I have to say about that. If you are interested in hearing the last part of my series, then hang tight because we are getting right into it. Okay, so starting off where I left off, I am working part-time at the tea room. Now, during all this time, especially since I started at the Art Institute and working all those jobs up until the tea room, I am working myself as a part-time caterer slash wedding cake maker because I have taken classes on how to make wedding cakes. So I'm doing that part-time as well. And this is a very stressful job as well. And me and my friend are working as wedding caterers as well. So that is just another job I wanted to throw in there. So I am off a contract at Rockwell Collins, and I find myself with nothing to do. So I know that the Into My Gun Tea Room is owned by Sue and Linda now. I'll just say their names. If you want to know more about my career at the tea room, I will leave my whole story down there. I have made a whole story about it. If you've seen it or not, I will leave the link down to that video down below as well. And I asked them if I can come work part-time for them, and they say sure. And sooner rather than later, their chef, the old man chef, has passed away and had moved his way up to the heavens above. God rest his soul. And they have a new chef, and he is leaving, so I decide, or they decide to ask me to take the spot. So I become the main chef at Into My Garden Tea Room. And I stay there for quite a while, for up to a year or so. And then things kind of take an unexpected turn. Aaron is making jewelry part-time, and and he kind of teaches me how to make jewelry too. And we are selling our jewelry at craft fairs and such. And I want to make a little side business out of this, selling on Etsy, selling on our own website and such. So I decided to quit working at Into My Garden Tea Room to devote my time to our little business called Clover Knoll Designs. And they are crushed. And we also decided this time we want to start a family. And during this time is when we have our kids. And I end up becoming a stay-at-home mom. And we kind of put our jewelry business to the side. It wasn't making a lot of money, as you would think. There are a lot of people that make jewelry and try to sell it on Etsy and have their own websites and try to sell at trade fairs and stuff like that. And I am a stay-at-home mom for about 2 years. And I am just kind of getting kind of antsy, kind of looking for some part-time work to do. And I asked Sue and Linda if they have any room for me at the tea room. And they said, yeah, you can work on the weekends because they have this new chef. And I can come and work on Saturdays because they're closed on Sundays. And they decide after a while that they want to sell the business. And they want to sell it to me. And my parents end up buying off Sue's part of the business, and I start slowly buying off Linda. So me and Linda are business partners for about 2.5 years. And then I take over the business after that, all totally to myself. And for those 7 to 8 years that I was a business owner of Into My Garden Tea Room was like the happiest times of my life. I just loved being a business owner and everything it entailed. It was stressful, believe me. And being a restaurant owner is not easy. It is very hard. And we ended up moving locations because the owner of the building sold the building and the new owners didn't want us there anymore. So we moved, and it was hard getting our business back up to what it used to be. And the rent was just exorbitant amount of money. It was hard making rent every month. And soon, not even 2 years after we opened, we had to close the doors of the business. At the end of 2018 is when I had to close my business. And I was very sad, but I was kind of relieved at the time too, to kind of close that door on that part of my life. Because it had just become so stressful to me. And also, to make money, to make ends meet, to help make ends meet, nearing the end of the closing of this business, I had become an Uber and Lyft driver. And I don't have a lot to say about that. I was never in any danger at any point. I always drove during the day. I just picked people up and dropped them off where they needed to go. I did not make a lot of money doing this. And it put a lot of wear and tear on my car. So I really don't recommend ever becoming an Uber and Lyft driver to anyone because of that. You don't make lots of money, and it is hard on your car. So I don't recommend doing that. So soon after I closed the doors on the business, I decided that I needed to get a job and that it would just be fun being a worker bee and not having to be the boss for a while. And so I got a job at Paradise Bakery, and it was so close to home. It was just like 5 minutes away. And I worked at the salad bar, and it was nice work. The people were nice, and but the people I worked with were very young, and I just didn't really get along with them very well. And my manager, he was okay, but the problem was he kept giving my hours to the younger people. And this one girl in particular would talk about me behind my back and make fun of me because my hands shook when I did my work. And I really didn't like her. And this is why I'm talking about favoritism. And my manager would give her my hours. So I wasn't getting as many hours as I wanted to get. And so I decided to find a job elsewhere. And I found a job working at Jersey Mike's, which is a sub shop. And they were just opening up, and they were doing training, like opening training. And so I got to go through all the training there at all the stations. And again, I was one of the older people working there. And so I wasn't one of the fastest people there. And there was a lot of favoritism. The manager, he was pretty cool, but he and the owner of the business, it was a franchise, the owner favored the young men and would give them the opportunities to become like the assistant managers and things like that. And soon after a while, I started noticing, I worked there for a long time. I worked there for 8 or 9 months, and which is a long time for working in that business. And a lot of people came and went. And I was mainly working on the cashier side of things. And so, but then I noticed that my hours were going down again. And this I didn't like because at the time I didn't have anything else to do but work. And I liked working. And I didn't like staying at home by myself and doing nothing. And so my whole life revolved around work and being at home with no kids. This was before Josh was homeschooled. And being at home alone with no kids and no Aaron was like torture to me at the time. So when they cut my hours to just like 3 days a week, I went online and said a few unsavory things about my boss. And it got back to my boss. And he fired me right on the spot. And so that is the only job I have ever gotten fired from. And it is the last job I have ever worked for somebody. And so it came about the right time because that was when Josh was having trouble in school. And that is when, around the time we decided to take him out of school, and when I decided that I was going to homeschool Josh. So that coincided around the same time. And now I am a homeschool teacher for Josh. And that is that for all the jobs that I have ever worked in my life. Getting fired sure didn't help. It was very traumatic for me and definitely made me feel like a big fat failure, especially after losing my business. And didn't help me, especially with my social anxiety. I really liked working at Jersey Mike's, and I liked working with the people I was working with, and I liked working with the people that came in there. They were very nice people. But I think things happen for a reason. And obviously, me having to stay home and work with Josh, and that's why that happened. But I guess that's all I really have to say about that. It kind of pushed me inward towards the house, I think. And, yeah, I think it did. So, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. I'm just self-analyzing myself at this point. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think. And, I just hope you are having a wonderful day out there. And I'm sorry this ended on a bad note. I am very happy being Josh's homeschool teacher. And like I said, I hope you are having a wonderful day. And if you are not, I hope it gets better so that you can have a wonderful weekend. And if you are going through a rough patch, please just remember to stay strong and stay healthy and stay safe. And time will get you through it. And other than that, I will see you next time. Hopefully, I will see you tomorrow on my Charity Saturday series. And I bid you farewell and goodbye. Alright, see you next time.